Casino Hotel and Resort here in beautiful Shawnee, Oklahoma. This is boxing, this is Top Rank, presented by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Mr. Bob Arum, and brought to you all weekend by AutoZone. Get in the zone. For those of you tuning in right now on your screen, you can see that QR code. We want you to scan it. Use hashtag Kambosos Hughes. It is an AR filter on TikTok. So if you are into the talking of ticking, you want to scan that QR code, you'll get the AR filter. Play with us all weekend long. Use hashtag Kambosos Hughes. Everything goes down Saturday, July 22nd from the Firelake Arena here in Shawnee, Oklahoma. We begin at 5:15 Central Time on ESPN+. And then we move over to the network, ESPN at 9 p.m. Central Time. So wherever you happen to be tuning in from, do the math. We're coming in from the Central Time Zone here in beautiful Shawnee, Oklahoma. Our main event is an IBF lightweight eliminator, George Kambosos Jr., Maxi Hughes. Our co-feature, Keyshawn Davis, Francesco Patera. And then we have a stacked card. Heavyweight prospect Stephen Shaw, middleweight prospect Troy Isley, and joining me on stage right now, welterweight Giovanni Santillan, who will be taking on a tough opponent in Eric Bone, and heavyweight Jeremiah Milton taking on Willie Harvey. Gentlemen, thank you so much for spending some time with us. It's great to be here in Oklahoma. Thank you to everybody here at the Grand Casino for your incredible hospitality. It's a wonderful weekend ahead, a huge stacked card. Giovanni, I'm going to start with you. 30-0, 16 knockouts, first time back in the ring since August of 2022. 11 months. How you feeling? You ready to go?
I feel good. You know, this whole 11 months that have passed by, I've just been training, sparring. I've been staying ready, just waiting for that call. And I'm ready. I feel good. I'm ready for Saturday.
Yeah, we've talked a bunch. You've been with us now for a minute, and every time it's the same answer. It's who you are, it's what you do. You live, breathe that gym. Your last time out was actually in your backyard in San Diego. We were at the Pachanga. It was a battle that went the full distance. Your opponent, Julio Luna, a little awkward. You came away with a unanimous decision. What did that fight do for your state, your preparation moving forward? Because you're at a stage in your career now where it's lights out, man. What did that fight teach you? What did you take away from it?
I learned a lot from that fight. He was a good fighter. I think a lot more than I expected. In the sense that, a little bit trickier to figure out. Towards the end, I felt good. Last 2 rounds, I think, is where I showed the way I should be fighting in these fights. And so all I've been working on this whole time that I've been off is just working on improving things that I got to work on. So I'm ready to show out this Saturday.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a great night. I said it earlier, 30-0, 16 knockouts. You've been in this game now 11 years. Without looking past Saturday night, what's next for you? What do you see happening after Saturday?
After this Saturday, I think I can get a big shot. It just depends on how I perform, and I'm ready to give a real good performance this Saturday. With this fight, I'm not taking it lightly. He's an experienced fighter. He's fought a lot of good fighters, and I'm the next one that he's fighting. And I plan on showing that I belong up there with those types of fights, getting those big name fights, because that's what I'm missing in my career right now, getting those big name fights.
Does the preparation change? Because you said, hey, he's a tough opponent, maybe your toughest to date. Has preparation changed for this fight from 30 previous?
Not really. Every single fight we're working hard, having good, tough sparring, pushing ourselves in the gym. The only thing that changes is little things that we got to work on, just improvements, that's it. But every fight we work just as hard.
Traveling to Oklahoma, not difficult, 2-hour flight from the West Coast. What do these opportunities mean to you? Because obviously you've been in the game a minute. Every time we have a chance to talk, you never really take anything for granted. You got a pretty solid head on your shoulders, pretty straight, you walk in that line. What does it mean to get on ESPN again, Top Rank Boxing, here we go?
This is what I need. ESPN is a great platform for me to show my skills, and that's what I plan on doing on Saturday. And, this is my first time in Oklahoma. I'm excited to be here. It's fun to just travel somewhere new and give people a different show out here.
Listen, appreciate your time today. We'll see you on the scales tomorrow. Weigh-in.
Thank you.
Giovanni Santillan. Coming over to my right, your left, Jeremiah Milton. Brother, it's great to see you again. You're from Tulsa. Here we are in Shawnee. Another fight in your home state. What's that mean to you?
First off, just want to say thank you guys for having me back here in Oklahoma. Like you said, this is my home state when it comes to boxing. Right now, I'm carrying for the whole state, and I'm representing where I go. Whether it be across the sea or whatever. They always know like that boy from Tulsa.
Listen, everybody on this stage has their own personal family stories, but you'll have family and friends in the arena Saturday night. What does it mean to you to have your family, your friends, right here in your backyard, essentially cheering you on?
I mean, you know what? Like that's like the biggest part, because I mean, I was a late start to boxing. I come a long way really fast. About 22, 23 amateur fight type kid. Come through amongst the best in the game right now. So like, no matter what, if you had people doubting you back in the past, you ended up on the stage, and now they get to watch me perform on the stage.
9-6 knockouts. I wrote here the heavyweight division's all over the place. How do you stay patient, stay the course, so that when your shot comes, you're ready to go?
Look, I just drowned out, like I say, the noise and everything like that. I focus on what I need to do. I stay sharp in the gym. I stay, assessing my performances and tweaking myself, because the game's going to change in a heartbeat. One minute they can be calling you this, the next minute they write you off, looking you over. So I'm just doing my part.
Listen, your last time out in Tulsa, you fought Fabio Maldonado, tough opponent in Fabio Maldonado. What did you take away from that one? Because it went the distance.
Yeah, another thing for me was just looking at my performance, looking at how I finished my camp, starting off having great 3 weeks here and kind of falling a little flat in the last bit of it. It's all a learning experience, of course, hats off to him. He's been around for a little while and stuff like that. So.
Listen, excited to have you back in the ring Saturday night. Look forward to seeing your family, friends, ringside. Thanks for spending a few minutes with us today.
No doubt.
All right, our co-feature, it is the WBO Intercontinental and US WBC lightweight titles on the line. Keyshawn Davis, Francesco Pantera. Keyshawn, I'm going to start with you. 8-0, 6 knockouts. Every time we see you step into the ring, we see something new. There's new improvements, new layers. What do we see Saturday night that maybe we haven't seen?
Same thing, something new. I feel like I'm a fighter where you can watch me fight, you can study me, but you really gotta know boxing for me. You gotta know boxing to know what type of fighter you be in the ring when you fight me. You know what I'm saying? I'm an 8-0. Y'all ain't even see the best of me yet, so expect something new this Saturday for sure.
Oh, it's good. I'm so excited for Saturday night. We got a great card and having you on it, obviously fireworks. Francesco Pantera, welcome to the stage. More importantly, welcome to the United States. You're fighting for the first time here in the U.S. Welcome to Oklahoma. Of all places to bring you for your first time to the United States, we bring you to Shawnee, Oklahoma. I'm going to have to talk to somebody about that. But how thrilled are you to be making your U.S. debut on ESPN?
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here, to fight in the U.S. It's one of my dreams. But I'm really happy to be here.
What does this opportunity mean not only to yourself, but to your brother, who is your trainer? Your father will be here with you as well in the arena. What does that mean for you guys as a family to be able to travel together and experience these moments as a family?
Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm ready. It means a lot, and this can change my life, so I'm going to give it all 7.
Keyshawn, he said this could change his life. Obviously, you got other plans for that.
Well, everybody that fight me, could be a life-changing moment, you know what I'm saying? But when you get in the ring, it just be a different story, you know what I'm saying? So just expect the same thing you've seen out of me.
I want to talk about training camp, because obviously you've had the privilege of training with Terrence Crawford as he prepares for his big showdown next week. What did the intensity of that camp provide you, and what did you take away from just being in that circle for the last couple of weeks?
So being in that circle, period, you know what I'm saying? I've been around them for years, you know what I'm saying? So I always take away things from them. The reason why I perform so great when I perform, because I just keep learning that everybody that I be around, and most of the people I be around are higher levels than me, you know what I'm saying? But particularly this camp, Terrence's intensity was crazy. Like day in and day out, his intensity was crazy, and me just seeing something like that. And maybe when my time comes, my world champion match, maybe want to match that intensity, but take it to another level, you know what I'm saying? And coming to this fight, seeing Terrence fighting Earl Spence, you know, fighting Petraeus, just give me a little more confidence that I train alongside that to get ready for this.
Not a lot of people in the United States know your name, but back home, your name is well known in the sport of boxing. Does this opportunity provide you a chance to sort of say, hey, I'm here, I might be from that side of the pond, but I'm ready to make a big statement and show 135 what's going on?
Yeah, of course, if you make name in the US, you make name worldwide, so a victory here will, of course, make me a good name.
100%. Now, Keyshawn, obviously one of the top prospects on the top rank, in the top rank stable. What would it mean to you to show up Saturday night and shock not only the boxing fans in the United States, but the top rank family with an upset?
Yeah, it means a lot because for me a win will put me in a world title spot. So it means a lot, but I did it before and I'm sure it will be Saturday too.
Keyshawn, you're slowly making your way up in the rankings at 135, all the governing bodies, 8, 10, 12, 15. Do you pay attention to that stuff, or do you just throw on the gloves and go to work?
I mean, I throw on the gloves and go to work. I know it's in my contract at the end of the day, and I know Top Rank will do a hell of a job moving me, matchmaking, you know what I'm saying? So I just step in the ring and I do the work.
Yeah, listen, a lot of chatter about our co-feature. Everybody online has been talking about it as well on social media. This is for the WBO Intercontinental and US WBC lightweight titles. Keyshawn Davis and Francesco Patera, thank you so much, gentlemen, for being here with us. We'll see you tomorrow on the scales. All right, it's time to bring in our main event. It is the IBF Lightweight Eliminator as we welcome George Kambosos Jr. and Maxi Hughes. Gentlemen, thank you for taking time with us. George, I want to start with you. First of all, congratulations on signing a deal with Top Rank. Excited to have you in the Top Rank family. I read one of your quotes. Kambosos is back, he's refreshed, he's hungry. What does that mean?
Yeah, look, it's an absolute pleasure to be here in Oklahoma. Very excited, very refreshed, and the meaning behind that is, if you look at, especially the last year, 3 massive fights in 11 months, so, you know, big fights like that take its toll, but I was able to step back, continue my training, refresh the body, and I'm here now, very excited, feel fantastic, you know, and we can't wait to handle business.
Excited to have you. Max, I'm going to come to you. Just like Francesco, you are making your U.S. debut as well. How are you feeling? How excited are you for this opportunity to be in Oklahoma? Top Rank Boxing, ESPN.
It's one of the dreams to, you start to professional, you watch all the big fights in America, you're like, I want a bit of that, and I've had my tough times in boxing, but I've shown a lot of mental strength. And I've come through that, and I've got to this point. I've earned my right to be on the stage as main event. I'm merit. So yeah, Oklahoma was not on my list of places to visit, but when it came up, but I'm halfway through watching Yellowstone at the minute, so it's a cowboy town. So yeah, I've been here now a week and a half now. So. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Everybody's friendly. We've been travelling around, and been up training in Oklahoma City, getting to know some locals and that. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying every minute of the journey. All said and done with my career, like I say, I enjoy every little minute of it, and I'm happy and proud to be up here, main event on Top Rank.
Fantastic. Well, we're honored to have you, George. I want to come back to you. You talked about, quote, little mistakes in a prior interview. What did you take away from those back-to-back fights with Haney? Because, listen, the world was watching. What did you take away from those 2 big fights?
We all know Devin is a class act, and styles make fights. So you learn from these kind of fights. I've seen it all, championship after championship after championship. We can go from stadium fights to here in Oklahoma, to the Madison Square Garden, taking all the belts. We've been there, we've done it. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about the kind of guys you're against. You build from that. I've never been the kind of guy that will sit there and say, I had a loss. It's taken my confidence away. I came up against Devin. I lost to one guy. From the boxing world's forgetting that. That's the only guy I lost to. So I've got to remind him again. we've learned and worked on a lot of certain things, but the biggest thing is, there's been many things, but the biggest thing is, excuse my French, I've become a greedy motherfucker now. So every hole there is, I'm gonna take it.
I want to bring up a little bit about the next chapter because we started with a top-ranked promotional deal that you just signed. So what does this next chapter hold in store for you? What does it have in store for you?
Look, for me, I'm only focused on Maxi Hughes. We give him the utmost respect. He's here, this is his Super Bowl, we know what he's going to bring. And whatever there is to come, that will be spoken about after Saturday. But for now, there's only one man in front of me, and that's all I've thought about for many months. We're excited, we can't wait to get in there. And like I said, it's going to be a beautiful victory, an emphatic statement, and we can discuss and talk about the rest. But we're excited to be top ranked. It's been we've done a lot of business before in the past, and to be officially with the family now, it's fantastic. We've got one thing on our mind, that's victory on Saturday against Maxi Hughes.
Maxi, he's calling it your Super Bowl. This is the fight you wanted. You know, you called, you got it, and here we are. How have preparations been from the time you got the fight up until this moment right now?
They've gone very well. You know, my training team sat down there. We've been together 5 years, and you know we're a very strong, tight-knit team. They know me very well. And since my last fight in September, you know, I gave myself a week off after fights, and I'm back in. You know, I'm a full-time professional, so you know that's my job. I don't just train for fights. I train all the time, learning, trying things, getting all different shapes and sizes, sparring, learning, crafting, and then you know it came to February, I think it was, when we got the deal done with George around about then. So you know since then, you know George's face and name has been imprinted in my brain. It's all spoke in the gym. So yeah, preparation's gone very well. I'm very happy, very confident.
Sounds like Giovanni down there. You guys live in the gym. I can probably say that for everybody on this panel. When you get into the ring, first time in the United States, first time on ESPN, George is across from you. What do you think will be going through your head when that opening bell rings?
You know, I'm an experienced professional now, so you know, all now while we're on this stage, we speak about where we are. But come fight night, a ring's a ring, whether it's in England, wherever it is in the world, a boxing ring is the same. You know, and it'll be a ton of vision on the job now.
George, I want to ask you the same question. You know, new chapter, Saturday night, bell rings, ESPN, top rank. What's going through your mind?
Take his head off. That's what's going through my mind. Like I said, I'm greedy. I'm looking to absolutely destroy this man in my path. And that's no disrespect. We're giving the utmost respect. Like I said many times, I like Maxi. We've given him this opportunity. We could have really fought anyone and chosen maybe an easier fight. But we respect him. We know what he's going to come with. But again, there's levels to this game. We've been there many times, and the way I feel right now, the way I've prepared, the sacrifice I've made in the US, the sparring, the training with the coaches, you're going to see a different ferocious. And once again, I will show you who I am.
You talked about that in a previous interview, the difference between training back home and the difference between training in the United States and what that training brings. Can you talk about that for a minute? Because I was interested to read that and hear you say that could have played a factor in previous fights. Here you are now training in the United States, and you talked about the sacrifices you have to make to get to this stage. What was that like?
Yeah, look, everyone knows, you know, my road that I took. I was in the US for many years. Everyone kind of heard this guy from Australia here in the US, and then finally got an opportunity and made that statement. As soon as I won the belts, I went back home. As much as I train like an animal, there is distraction to trying to promote a stadium fight, and you know, it is what it is. But I have to go back to the US, you know, to feel what it's like back here again and reinvent and re-fight that fight even more. So it's been a fantastic camp, great sparring. Every bit of game plan is in my head, and I see this fight so clearly in my mind. There is not one bit of doubt or anything in my mind. I will take this guy out.
Maxi, it's kind of the same question to you. You said February the deal got done. Is there anything on Saturday night that we're going to see from you that we haven't seen, so that you can upset or shock for Kambosos camp?
I just do what's necessary to win, whatever that comes, you know. So, you know, I expect just raise, that's all.
What gifts are you bringing your kids back home? I read that when you left, the kids said, "Hey, Dad, don't forget about us. What do you mean? We need some gifts." Have you thought about that a little bit? What you're bringing your kids?
I did see a little stall, me two girls that both really into wearing the Crocs. And so I got some little gems for the Crocs.
There's a couple of guys on crew that'll give you some pointers. They're big croc heads back there. George, any last words? Here we are as we start this next chapter.
Yeah, look, you asked him about what gifts, I'm bringing a gift for my son as well. That's his world title, his IBA world title, that's on the line as well. So it's my son's birthday on Saturday. I made the sacrifice to be away from him, and then they came in yesterday, so that has added so much extra motivation having the ringside, and his present will be presented. Take this guy and take his belt. And that's no disrespect. He's a family man as well. My kids like Crocs as well, so maybe after the fight we can talk about the different kind of.
Everybody's getting Crocs.
Whatever they put.
I'm gonna go splurge for everybody. I think I got enough in the savings account to get everybody up here Crocs. That's all I got. Tomorrow we're gonna get them on the scale. As always, thank you to everybody tuning in. Scan that QR code, get on TikTok, and wear one of those AR filters. I'm too old for that stuff. But as always, this is boxing. This is Top Rank, and we'll see you tomorrow right here as we get these guys on the scale. Again, it all begins Saturday, July 22nd at 5:15 Central on ESPN+. Then we move over to the network, ESPN, at approximately 9 p.m. Central. Our main event is an IBF lightweight eliminator. George Kambosos Jr., Maxi Hughes. We'll see you right here tomorrow as we get them on the scale. Have a great afternoon, everybody.
Good, Adam. You guys, thank you, Sean. Thank you for just being back. George, right by the white table. Max in the white table. Face forward first. Forward. Face them off. Face off, guys. One with the knockout. Right here, George. Face forward. Face forward again, guys. Forward. Perfect. Thank you guys for coming.